Hi everyone, it's Marvel DC Van here with another episode of Pickups and Purchases, and I got some stuff from early this year that I kind of want to go over and talk about. So I got my pile here, and yeah, I'm just going to be talking about some stuff that's came between, I want to say, January to at least the beginning of March, close to it, or around the time that the Ant-Man video came out. So let's get into it. So first up, we got Splatterhouse for the Xbox 360. Now, this was a game that was part pleasure and part stuff that I want to talk about with this one, because I've seen gameplay of this in the past. I've played bits and pieces of it thanks to other people, but never had a copy for myself. And the same time I got the Shredder's Revenge physical copy, I also ordered this on Amazon, I think, something like that. And yeah, so now I have it. And am I going to do videos with it this year? Maybe. We'll see. But yeah, pretty cool game. So next up we got Spider-Man 2, specifically Spider-Man 2 on PC. This isn't the same game as the console versions where you're swinging around a giant Manhattan. No, this is nothing like that. This is far different. This one is kind of like, it's an action game, but like you're swinging on predetermined swing points. It's a very hard thing to explain, but yeah, this was something that I wanted very desperately for my collection. I own pretty much every version of Spider-Man 2, the game. The only one that I'm missing is the N-Gage version for Spider-Man 2. But other than that, I've got all others. I've got it on PS2, I've got it on the DS, Game Boy Advance, and now I got this PC version right here. And I am definitely doing a video with it over for the LP channel, so stay tuned on that one. So I got a bit of a double dose for this next one. Yeah, we got Halo Combat Evolved and also Halo 2 for the original Xbox. Between the end of December and the beginning of January, I kind of had this like Halo phase, I guess you can call it. I was trying to find the word for that, but so I never really owned Halo games for myself. I just always wanted to have them, for a collection or whatnot. So I figured, I'd start with whatever games I can get my hands on, and these were both on Amazon, I believe, and they were pretty inexpensive. I think it was over like $10 for both of them. Ignore the price tags and stuff on this. I gotta get a new case for Halo 2 because it's in pretty bad shape. Firstly, it's these obnoxious price tag stickers, which one of them is in the case itself or underneath the plastic wrap, but it's also there's a chunk taken out of the case here, so I gotta find a replacement one soon. Yeah, but anyway, I got Halo. That's cool. So next up, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2. I don't know, I said that wrong, but Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2. So this one I've played a little bit of it. I haven't played too much, and that was mainly thanks to the PS4 version that came out. So I always wanted to get a physical copy for this. I have one for Ultimate Alliance 1 and Ultimate Alliance 3, but I didn't have one for Ultimate Alliance 2. So I was at my local game store and they had this there for $40. And I was pretty broke at the time, so I was tempted not to buy it, but if I didn't get it then, there was probably it was going to be a long while before I got it later, so I'm kind of glad I have this now to complete my trilogy. They also had at my store, they had the gold edition of Ultimate Alliance 1, which is something I want to get at some point, but those things are pretty expensive, so it's probably going to be a while. I'll be sure to have one in time whenever I get to my Ultimate Alliance review. Whenever that's happening. BVS. Yeah, it's BVS. So the next thing that I have is actually another PC game. It is Spider-Man the movie game. Both discs. I don't have the original case for it, so I just keep it in this old Blockbuster case that I happen to have. But yeah, so my plan with this was because for the LP channel, I'm planning streams to coincide with certain LPs, like for Arkham Asylum, we did the hard mode, and for Mario 64, I'm doing Mario 64 DS, which I haven't started yet, but it'll come out at some point or another. So the idea with Spider-Man, because both of those games I was playing on my PC, playing Arkham Asylum, the Steam version, and then for Mario DS using an emulator, which is cheating, but I didn't have any other way to play it. So for Spider-Man, I thought, okay, I'll just play the PC version, and I couldn't find one to download without viruses and all that kind of stuff. So I decided, fuck it, I'll just buy my own discs and play the game that way, since it worked for Spider-Man 2, the small bit I played of it. But I was like, okay, let's play it. And the damn game doesn't work. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know if it's the discs or the computer I have, but nothing's working. So yeah, I tried patches, I tried literally everything to get these games working, and literally I started up, and it either cuts to black with the sound effects going crazy, or I just immediately die. So I'm probably not going to get this working on PC. Yeah. So whenever those streams happen, it'll probably just be on the 360 version. And yeah, because I don't know what else to do. So we got some more Spider-Man stuff. The first of which being The Amazing Spider-Man for the Wii U. This is the Ultimate Edition, which is it's basically, I guess in one way to put it, it's basically the PC version, but on a Wii U disc with all of its DLC on the disc, so you don't have to download anything or whatnot. So this one I've been kind of it's something that's been on my list for years now, ever since I bought Arkham City on the Wii U. It's just been kind of something. It's kind of something that I've always wanted from my collection. I think the Wii U is a very underrated console, so I decided to say, you know what, let's play the game on there. And I've I haven't started it yet, but I'm planning on getting to it soon, because there is differences between this and like the 360 version, PS3, whatever. For one thing, suits unlock through progression and not through taking pictures of spider icons. So that is something different, I guess. But yeah. So now I have this as part of my library, and yeah. So next we got Spider-Man 2: Enter Electro. Now, this game, I've owned this game before. I do have a disc for the game, or used to. Well, here's the thing. I bought the game years ago, when I started buying things on Amazon. I bought it on, it was like Halloween 2018 or something. So it's like, because it was one of those things where I wanted to have it in my collection. It was one of those games I wanted for my PS1 library. And also, it's not complete. You know, Spider-Man 1 for the PS1 is just kind of lonely by itself. So I was like, okay, I've got to have Spider-Man 2. So I bought it years ago, and it was just a disc. It was no case, no manual, no nothing. And for years I've had it sitting in a temporary, like a CD case, because at some point I was either gonna buy an actual copy of this with the case and everything, or just buy a reproduction case, which you can do on eBay. But I decided to just say fuck it and go for this copy that is legit, even though it's a greatest hits, and it has that ugly green. I decided, you know, whatever, I'd get it anyway. It was like $40, something like that. But I now own it, legitimately. And yeah, it is a game that I'm definitely gonna go back to at some point. I played it like once or twice, and I got halfway through, never really finished it, but this is definitely something to check out for like a playthrough or whatever the case. So yeah, and that's cool. All right, one last Spidey game among the library, Spider-Man 3 for the PS3, the collector's edition. So this was something that was just another thing that I've wanted for years, even though there's not really much that's different between this and the 360 version. There are like bonus videos with interviews with like Bruce Campbell, Tobey Maguire, J.K. Simmons, and I think some devs on the game. But other than that, you know, it's just Spider-Man 3 with the new Goblin. Yeah, that's about it. There's not really much else to it besides that, but yeah. So, you're probably wondering why so many Spider-Man games. That's none of your business. Alright, one last Spider-Man object as part of the video. We got Spider-Man the 67 collection. This is the 60s cartoon on DVD. This is a very rare box set. It's been out of print for years. I think the last time this was in print was when Homecoming was coming out, or I think they might have had it for like the 2012 movie too. I forget. But yeah, so I've said this on the last episode, I believe, that my mom, I asked for the computer monitor, the 22 inch, or 24, whatever. Anyway, I asked for the monitor as a birthday gift because, you know, whatever. She saved it till Christmas, and she was like, okay, pick another gift. So I was on eBay, and I just happened to find a listing for this. It was a little over $100, I believe, and I was like, okay, because this collection right here has been something that I've wanted ever since I was a 5-year-old kid. I've watched the 67 cartoon as a toddler, thanks to the 90s cartoon, like the 90s DVD sets. They had episodes of the 60s cartoon, and they used to air on a local Canadian channel late at night or early in the morning, whatever. They'd have episodes of the 67 show for people to watch. So I've always had a love for this cartoon, and I've always wanted this collection as part of my whole setup and whatnot, and now I finally have it, thanks to my mom. So yeah, I thanked her 1,000 times over, because yeah, I'm happy though. I'm super glad I have this. Yeah, crazy things. So there's two things I wanted to show off. The first one was this right here. It is Action Comics #1. This is a reprint that came out, I guess, within the last couple of years. But the story behind this was, there is a comic shop right by my house that opened up not too long ago, and they sell comics, collectibles, and vinyl. You can buy vinyl there. So we were in the store, me and my friends were in the store one day, and I happened to find this sitting on the shelf. It was bagged and boarded. I'm like, oh, that's actually super cool. So I was like, okay, I like buying, I have a couple other comics in a metal case that are like reprints, like Amazing Fantasy 15 I have a reprint for, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna buy this. I'm looking through the racks to see if they had any others like it. They had a Batman one for Detective 27, and also a Robin one for Detective 38, which are like, it's all first appearance stuff, and it's literally like a perfect recreation of the book. It's not just the Superman bit. There's also like other stories in here that were from this comic, and it's really cool. Like, I really dig this. So I have just those 3 books in my library, and if I find any more of them, I'm going to show off for the video. I'm only showing off the Superman one for now, because I just had it out. The other 2 were locked away in the metal box. So, but there's one more thing I want to show off, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I got this mask right here. I found it on eBay for $20, and so I have a big head, right? So I'm making a Batsuit as part of, trying to get into cosplay and stuff. So I had a mask before, but it didn't quite fit right. It didn't fit snug to my head, and there isn't a lot really out there that I found that really fit me. So I was on eBay and I found this mask they were selling for $20 as part of Halloween stuff and whatever, and I'm just like, okay, let me try it out. It seems like it'll fit my head. And I was expecting it to be like, when I bought it, and I'm like, maybe it was a bad call, like it's not really gonna look like the pictures or whatnot, and then this showed up and I'm just like, wow. This is nuts. It looks great. Like, it's got all the details, like all the stitching is in here. It looks really nice. And it fits my head pretty snug, actually. Like, it's not a bad fit at all. And it covers pretty much my whole head. It's not really stuff for the neck, but I can always find something to cover that up or whatnot. But yeah, I really like this thing. When I got it, it was literally just wearing this for like 3 days. I didn't want to take it off. It was so cool. The only thing is that it's pretty tight around my jaw here, so basically just Batman with really fat cheeks. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode of Pickups and Purchases. I have some stuff that I've bought since this video, and I have some stuff in the mail that's showing up here shortly. But yeah, I just wanted to show off this small little pile here, and you know, maybe next time we'll do like a spring video, kind of just showing off what we have. But yeah, anyway, have a great night. Thank you all so much for watching, and take care of yourselves. See ya.